And you are? No cap.
I am Nestor, a traveling poet.
Ugh. Another one of these.
The rains in Septimont never seem
Where's
irritating this
Christopher, a traveling poet or playwright? Now we have a traveling poet? Crazy.
If you are curious about the effort, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wow. Glazing.
Wait, how do you know she's the champion? And all that stuff about the F4 too?
I mean, it makes sense that he'd probably know who won, considering might be. I mean, he said he's wandering.
Your eyes. Were we talking too loud?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting the senses is a habit, a natural expedience, but not the only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Ephor of Septimont. That's why I speak of her with some familiarity.
Because you want to get to know her? At least enough to do your poems?
I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And knowing more about those who walk alongside you is rarely without its benefits.
This guy's interesting. Tell me about Augusta.
Augusta.
What a sick photo.
A girl of humble birth, a resonator of modest talent, a commoner without noble patronage. And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose and eventually claimed her place. Just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
Sorry, give me a moment. Okay. Dear guests from afar, do you follow me into the near forgotten stories of Augusta by simply telling it might be dull? What methods do you have in mind? Perhaps having the listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add more immersive touch to the sounds and images you've yet to hear. Okay. At this moment, you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, please forget your name for now. Sure. Of course, Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you'd make, they will not alter reality. Yet be wary, fate is fickle, and a misstep can lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices carefully. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts and let me sing the epic of a young girl, Augusta. A gentle warm light begins to blur your vision, and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of solemn Septimonian gladiators stand guard before her. Hey kid, are you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the dark tide did to your home, and we're here to help. You must be hungry. Here, this should be enough to keep you starting from now. We can take you to Septimont City. It's not safe here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Staring at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you build these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the dark tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. Okay. So you just have to, like, maintain, I see. In the end, you choose to leave the village. The gladiator's words revealed a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect your home. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimont by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. The poster for the gladiators' Aegon is pinned to the wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter in the upcoming match. You must know Septimont reveres strength. Here only the victor reigns. That is a law older than the city. Eat or be eaten. Such is the way of this city. To survive, you'll have to find a bite and seize the crown with your own teeth. You can't stop thinking about their conversation. You realize that gladiators are a very symbol of strength in Septimont. If there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find the strength you're looking for. Health. Martialism. Willpower. Reputation. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring displays of butchery, but we're hardly entertained by the sight of rats shaking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence, a warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Wanna have a little bet on how many rats you're gonna try for the Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the place. You are determined to step onto the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you on the first day, and perhaps even teach you to fight through the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato. Kato is a retired gladiator star but takes on a few proteges. So you want to join the Aegon, you say. Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussions about gladiators, identity, status, and talents. People in the city of Septmont seem to value those more than anything. You choose to... The Dark Tide took your home and you came to Septmont seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some metal, but that's not going to cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to see they've been crushed and trampled. I've seen enough idiots like you. What now? Still here, are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. Just why I want to be a gladiator. Is this all this is?
Fail
Okay.
enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself, again and again. Greatness. Yes, our era has certainly seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone, but they are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth. I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising to where she is now. Do you mean Kato? Do you believe Kato handed her that final victory on purpose, and that his scathing words were a test of her resolve? Then Kato must have been an idealist, to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
Damn, is it just gonna be like this flashcard thing the entire time? Seems like it is. Okay. Dawn breaks. Actually, guys, I will be right back. Just give me one moment. Nice.